Hey everybody, welcome back to our candidate conversation for House District 72. We have with us this evening one of four people, and we'll introduce you to her right now. This is Fiona McFarland. Actually, Fiona, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Bill, thank you so much for having me on tonight and getting to chat with you and to talk to all of your viewers as well. A little bit about me. I joined the Navy after high school. I went to the United States Naval Academy and then served for 8 years as a surface warfare officer on active duty afterwards. I was raised to believe that we all have a duty to serve and to give back in some way, whatever way you can. And for me, when I was 18, that meant joining the Navy. On active duty, I was a surface warfare officer, so that means I deployed out on warships. For example, one deployment was to the South China Sea, where our mission there was protecting freedom of navigation and keeping our sea lanes open for shipping and for commerce. What I learned in the Navy is how to manage and lead large and diverse groups of people with very different backgrounds in support of a common mission, and not always in the greatest of circumstances. And that's something that I think will help me in Tallahassee.
How do you take something from that disparate part of the world with that disparate a mission from working for constituents here on the Sun Coast to try and get their voice heard in Tallahassee?
Sure. I understand that the military and politics is very different, and there's no Tomahawk missiles in Tallahassee. I know that. But the similarities remain, which is service and working hard to make something greater than yourself better, not about making yourself better. And that's what I hope to bring to office.
Running for this district here, you would be replacing Margaret Good. One of her major initiatives has been the ecological balance here. Where do you come down on that most precious resource here on the Sun Coast?
Sure, water quality is super important to this region. And red tide decimated us in 2018, both the tourism economy and for our residents here, the quality of life. And as we sit here tonight in Sarasota, there's warnings that red tide is back again in some of our beaches. Last year was a great year for funding. So some of our leaders, like Congressman Vern Buchanan or State Senator Joe Gruters, for example, did a lot on the federal and state level for funding to help with research. So Moat Marine Aquarium, for example, got a lot of funding to help, but there's more to be done.
Aside from the ecological balance here, what other big issue do you see for this part of Florida, this Sun Coast district?
So, Bill, I'm running as a Republican, and as a Republican, the elements of the party that appeal to me and that are important are a limited government and a strong economy. So a little bit about those two. For a limited government, I mean, I've worked in government for most of my professional career, and I know that a government institution is never the answer to a problem. So I believe that government should do a few things and do those things very well, like infrastructure or law enforcement and public safety, for example, and then get out of the way for the rest and reduce cumbersome regulation. Secondly, on a strong economy, I have an MBA. When I left active duty, I worked for a business management consultancy called McKinsey, even though I'm still in the reserves. And what I learned at McKinsey, partnering with some of our country's leading companies, is that there's a lot a state can do to partner with companies to come into that state and set up jobs and really grow and thrive in that state. And these jobs are what we all want. We all want jobs. We all want good paying jobs so we can work hard and provide a good life for ourselves and our family.
And when you go to Tallahassee, should this candidacy work out, what's going to be job one when you get there?
Job one is frankly to restore a little bit of trust and civility to politics. I believe in service over self. It's the military background in me. And I think that we can do this job while still being civil to one another and focusing on the issues and not on the person.
Very good. I think that's a good place to end it. Came in just under 5 minutes. I appreciate your candor. I appreciate your time. And I appreciate your being able to just introduce yourself to folks here. Fiona McFarland, Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Bill. And if I could leave our viewers with one last thing, if they want to engage with me, and I hope they do, they can follow me on Facebook at Fiona McFarland or our website, FionaForFlorida.com.
All right, Fiona McFarland, House District 72 candidate. Thanks very much for stopping by and letting us get to know you a little bit better.
Thank you, Bill.